Well met, and thank you for joining us. I am Rue Ledont, if introductions are to be had, though I imagine that is of little consequence to where we journey this night. I've been across the realms. We've sailed the astral sea, helped conquer lands of mortal. But before all that, or was it after? I digress. You've come to hear a story, and I have some to tell. Before we begin, let us see where we are. Deep beneath Toro's surface, miles below the southern continent of Ase, through twisting passages and winding corridors, beyond a labyrinth of stone and hungry mouths unimagined, lies a city, brimming with magic, Malla'Orbcress, or the sacred spiderweb, as it was known by its ancestors. Twinsy noble families rule over thousands of commoners and prisoners alike in this Udadrow society. In the center of the city, the Dragon Bazaar, a neutral market, and many strange denizens surrounded by cool magma walls and darkness spells, where fighting over rug space or bartering with high priestesses is commonplace. Our story follows the Illdorfain household, 11th house within the city of Malla'Orbcress, or rather, a group of strange friends within it. Up till now, Illdorfain's second boy, Rizaxo, has flown under the radar. Matron Jikiri seems to value the skills that enable Rizaxo to get information where others dare not tread, silently watching as his house has grown in power thanks to his efforts. He witnessed the birth of Barakna and Badanya, twin Drow females. That night, Barakna was pre-planned to be sacrificed to the Spider Queen for a blessing. As the ceremonial dagger rose, a waxy yellow mass burst into the scene, speaking to the nobles telepathically. Matron Jikiri spares the youngest twin, as rumors spread of the Spider Queen's favor of his children. 2 decades later, we find Vidanya, who secretly befriended a stray flump at the top of her class in Melee Magthir, the school of fighters. Going against culture and their mother's wishes, both females pursue futures outside of the clerical arts, typical to noble Drow women. Barakna finds that she has natural magical talent, and decides that the arcane arts are most suited for her. After a heated debate between the two, eventually conceding to her daughter, Matron Jikiri allows Barakna to begin her schooling in the all-male academy of Sixair. While her sister reigns at the top of her class, trailing several onlookers daily, Barakna finds herself lacking, jealous of her sister's muscular physique and natural ability. This culminates further at the annual graduation ceremony of the Spider Ball, a pageant in which religious class is present as much as unholy rituals of passage, where Barakna brings her sister's teacher and trainer as her +1, knowing of her sister's feelings towards him, while Vidanya is forced to take one of her stalkers for fear of the fallback if she refused. Ultimately, Vidanya earns the highest honor, reluctantly betting a demon, while Barakna awkwardly survives her drunken encounter. The same night, Illdorfain's second boy, Rizaxo, manages to gain a contact with 5th House High Priestess, Acrelace Brilliantier, who seems to have taken a fancy to the elusive rogue. Not long after, rumors flutter through the city as the family learns of a new face that is gaining renown rather quickly. Tazao Miscarian, an odd doctor and nomad of Drow cities of sorts, who's found themselves in the employ of desperate Matron Dryliar, matron of the 20th House of Malla'Orbcress. Seeing the Monster Mancer's skill, she quickly promotes him to House Mage, and shows his talents to many priestesses within the city, hoping to secure sponsors for the upcoming raid. Feeling competent as Dryliar's newest mage, Tazao confronts Rizaxo and the twins at the bazaar, where Tazao promises to give Barakna a pet of her own as a gift, and she buys him a strange cloak that reflects light oddly, as well as having tendrils. A few weeks pass, and in his training exercise meant for the upcoming tunnel patrols, Tazao divulges some of his ability by shifting one of his eyes into an audio cavity of sorts, later confirming to the Illdorfain nobles present that he could indeed see through the eyes of his creations. Now, with the backing of so many other houses, 20th House Dryliar plans to assault 11th House Illdorfain to gain rank and favor in the eyes of Lolth, their goddess. while Tazal secretly makes deals with several other matrons, hoping to secure a fallback in case his fears of his matron's incompetence prove true. Okay, yeah. I'll give you guys a minute to kind of get used to the new setting. So anything that's blacked out is obviously going to be a wall that you won't be able to pass through. You'll notice that the gates you can kind of peek through from certain angles. You can see out. Okay, so you guys are viewing the battlefield, and you can't really hear anything, but you can feel the stillness of everything. You can definitely tell that there's something oncoming. The whole city is just a tad bit quieter than it usually is. So the matron begins to issue the commands mentally to some of the troops down here.
I was praying with the matron.
One of the priestesses brought a artifact, and she set it down and kind of unveiled it in front of you and everybody, and kind of beckons you to come over too. So it's you, Femica, who is the one who has the artifact, Mothella, and the matron, as with Dimac in the corner, just sitting there leering over this crystal ball that's allowing her to scry the battlefield. So your character is representing the scry of the matrons and the priestesses. So you guys are actually still in the compound, in the antechamber, all huddling around this crystal ball. And this is what you're seeing inside of the crystal ball.
Sorry about that. Also, there's one thing I'd like to say for the record.
Okay.
Well, I haven't been wearing it to just go out to town. I am currently wearing my helm of telepathy.
You have a helm of telepathy?
Remember we went over how it looks like Hela's helmet from Thor Ragnarok?
Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
One feature of it is I can just focus on someone and hear their surface thoughts without a save. I need a save to go deeper than surface thoughts, or to attempt to send a message, or to cast suggestion, but I can just read their surface thoughts.
Interesting. Okay.
I would like to I would like to look at the frog and see what they're thinking right now.
So he's completely absent-minded, and it seems like he's thinking about something that has to do with his past. You can't really gather exactly what it is, but it has to do with his upbringing in some regard. And you definitely get a sense that he's well-traveled. Like, he seems like he's very comfortable in this situation. Like, he's not at nothing is making him feel concerned in any way. He just feels perfectly at ease.
All right, keeping that in mind for later.
So as you're surveying the battlefield, you can kind of see, what kind of troops the matron has set out, or actually the multitude of houses that are involved here that have set out you guys to contend with. So they obviously can't see any of this stuff moving, but you can.
Okay, so some of you can probably see one of these little creations coming around the edge over here, and then one of these orcs makes its way into Razaxel's vision.
I can't see shit. I'm in the
Well,
house.
from where you are right now, you're not. You're up in the. You're in the house. What are you doing?
I'm praying with the matron.
Yeah, that's why you can't
Because
see
Zavala
shit.
was gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're praying with the matron. So you didn't actually come out. I forgot that you were praying. So the matron actually once. Well, no. So they actually make it down here a little bit. So we're starting to see some of the orc troops stacking up on that rock over there, and then probably see one of Tizal's creations, but which one is it is kind of hard to tell. It just looks like this weird mass of flesh kind of quickly makes it up this thing. You kind of see it real quickly scutter on that rock off in the distance. I don't know.
I can see a little, right up that direction.
50 feet.
Yeah.
And then a little bit further off in this direction, you can see something. Yeah, for the chat, they've been looking at Tizal's rock for like 10 minutes because I didn't move it over there. I'm using two separate things. Okay, so it's hard getting used to both of these computers because it's the first time I've done it. So I apologize for that. I'm a little flustered by it. You guys can see some of these troops approaching, and you can hear a little bit because orcs are not very quiet creatures. They're kind of noisy. A little bit of scuttling, some like them clanking things and growling from beyond this rock, but it's fairly distant. And then over here, you don't really hear anything except for this strange sound. Sounds like bones clacking on rocks. Okay, so as the orcs get closer, Axel, are you going to do that thing that you said you were doing at the end of last session?
Yes. Oh, I was muted. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of why I put you there. So this would be you coming up here, and then you take that. So I'm going to make all of them make a roll real quick. Should be able to just go.
Also,
Would you like to or...
So as I'm watching the battlefield, I would like to give my commands my creations a command.
Okay.
I'm basically telling the three of them to move basically here on the map, but wait out of sight for basically Sitap to grab an important member of the enemy forces and bring them into the group, and for Nakden to take care of, as well as for Charles to basically be on standby to charge the battlefield when it would be the most effective.
Okay. So you want... Say that again. Sorry, I was doing rolls.
So, basically, since this rock is where the point of combat is likely to be.
Right.
I want the three of them to be waiting over here, and when the time comes, Charles will go in to do his damage, and Sitap will drag an important enemy member, potentially a spellcaster, for him and Nakden to deal with. But for now, they are to be out of sight.
Hey, just give me 1 second. I'm just typing in some nameplates on them so I can remember who's who. And then we're going to do initiative. Okay. So now that you can start to see them come up, and Razaxel, you obviously got the head on that because you said you were doing it right at the beginning of last session. So they made their wisdom saves, and two of them passed it, but one of them, this guy right here, was completely frightened. So he's actually going to turn about, going this way. He's scared. He's scared right now.
Oh, the random scout, you mean? I
need a frighten.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could I use my Helm of Telepathy to basically hear how the mental battle is going with the matron and the priestesses when it starts?
You want to try to use it. You want to listen to the priestess?
I want to listen to how... Basically, I would like to use it to hear how the mental battle is going when it starts. I guess, I don't...
Yeah, what do you mean?
You know how when you hear two people arguing, you sometimes listen at the door so you don't get caught up in it? Is it possible to do the mental equivalent to that?
To like eavesdrop in their minds because they're all connected to the scry.
A little bit, yeah.
Their minds aren't really connected to it. They're not like if they go to
But
like
not with the
actually
scry.
physically
With my-
push something through it, like mentally, then maybe
with
you
my-
could intercept it.
Well, with my helm of telepathy, like, because they're about the plan is that they and the other matrons are going to be in a mental battle, right?
Oh yeah, that hasn't begun entirely yet. They're just
Sure.
you can actually hear them physically chanting like under their breath some beginning prayers and incantations, but nothing that like leaking out yet.
But
Nothing
when it
that's
does
really
start,
going to the crescendos.
when it does start, would it be possible to hear how it's going or no?
You can try.
All right.
Vidania's hiding over here now.
I don't
didn't
know
even
where
know.
I'm supposed to be.
You're just walking around
Yeah, you were-
outside.
Yeah, you were walking
Yeah.
around in the courtyard.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Rizako, you frightened one of these orcs, and he's actually going to start moving away from you, and then we're going to do initiative rolls.
Okay.
Shall I roll an initiative just for the sake of it?
Yeah, Tizal, because actually you can cast from where you're looking is where they're looking, so you can cast from wherever you are, and that's the point of origin from some of your spells.
Good to know. But I also meant just for the sake of, because the matrons will be in initiative as well, and that will be important later.
Yes, they'll have their own initiative.
So I can click on initiative and it'll roll the
Yep.
die, right?
Yep.
Woo!
And when you do,
Wait, that's
it'll
not
automatically put you into the
Yeah,
initiative
didn't it?
tracker.
Okay.
Okay, so it didn't put me in there. Oh wait, no, it did.
It says 23.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I feel silly.
Well, you're going to be going slowly, but yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was just initiative.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's do this. Oh,
And you didn't roll the lowest. Just a heads up, each time you do that, it's changing the initiative of the one character. It's not adding the initiative to your other NPCs.
That's because I accidentally rolled the other one.
Yeah, but yeah, it's all going to whimsically. Sickly. Oh god, is that
there's
a...
two separate ones?
Well, for me it looks like it's all going to whimsically, and it's just changing its initiative.
I see separate ones.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
no,
there's three separate ones.
okay.
I just rolled one twice by accident. Okay, so there's three of them that are in the initiative, and then these guys haven't rolled theirs yet. But
Also,
I'm just
does
gonna roll theirs.
Whimsically not believe in magic and constantly berate their coworker for believing that cantrips are possible?
What are possible?
Cantrips? Oh, come on. X-Files
What?
reference? Agent Scully?
Okay, so on the first one is Tizal. So Tizal, what do
I
you want to do?
thought Jordan.
Isn't Riz above me?
Yeah, Jordan rolled
Oh shit!
23.
Why is it not doing it like that? Okay, hold on, give me one second.
Because it's going by order rolled instead of order. There's a way to make it display in order rolled, but
There you go.
There you go.
Dun, 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 dun. So Tizal is after Rosaxel. So Rosaxel, you're on the top of the order. What would you like to do, my man?
Once my computer decides it want to freeze.
Okay.
So the turn and run, was that just the initial sight, or can I get can I do like an intimidation check, or is it kind of all wrapped up into one kind of thing?
oh, you want to pull a fucking commissar? Get back on that battlefield!
What do you mean? Like, is what all in one thing?
If I needed to make an intimidation check, or if it was just their reaction to seeing what they saw.
Yeah, it was more like their reaction to seeing that, like just because they all of those ones have been around something
Okay.
similar, and it scared the poop out of them. So
Gotcha.
at least some of them. So the one, yeah, he's absolutely frightened. He's not
Yeah.
going to move any closer to you anytime soon. But the other two are like, wait a minute,
Right. No, I got you.
But yeah, typically it would have been like an intimidation check, but it was more like they just saw it in the moment, and
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Wait, was that our troops or theirs?
What is it?
I believe that's
Were they my troops or his?
Those were the orcs. That one of the orcs. Yeah, they came around that bend. He basically took this form, and it just scared the crap out of one of them. In Tizao, you would see him like kind of facing towards you, ready to run back towards the other group.
Okay, I'm going to leave that to the matrons because I don't think that's my problem.
okay. The first time I've used like dynamic lighting and like a scene like this, so I'm trying to get my bearings. And
you're all right, man. Yes, it's kind of new for me too, with this much detail and everything. So,
trying to think if there's a place that I could be that I'd be out of sight, really. I guess. Are these like two pillars like here? So I don't know if I could ping a
Just
location.
hold on it.
Are these like two pillars there?
where is it?
Yeah,
it's
right?
basically like where it goes up into the ceilings, where it comes down into like a stalactite. So it's
Okay.
like, yeah, there's like a way you can move in between there. If it won't actually let you move in between there, you can squeeze through. So I just need to
Okay. I would like to squeeze in between those two there. Roughly here, I think. Whoa, that changed everything.
Yes, because I accidentally moved you too. Were you trying to move it, or?
Yeah. Yeah, just a spot where I could like be less visible, less seen. And try to stealth.
Okay. Yeah, give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
And there's actually a pretty good spot for you to duck down. So from where you are, I'd say you've got pretty good cover too.
Okay.
You would have total cover from the direction you're coming from. So nice.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, with that, you duck down, and they kind of look like they're trying to focus in. You can see they look like they're focusing, like trying to figure out where you went as you slid behind those two stalactites to make it in there. And you're actually kind of in one of the outer corner pieces to the gate, the adamantine gate. You're kind of ducked in between a little crevice and crack there, and you're peeking out at the battlefield. But you can tell that they're actively squinting to try to find you now from wherever you went. Did you switch back forms, or did you keep the scary one?
It's an action to change. So
Okay.
I assume the stealth roll would be an action. So no.
Well, you are a rogue and you have cunning actions, so it's actually a bonus action for you to stealth.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I was... Okay. So you dropped it?
Yeah, like I said, cunning action is until second level, and I'm still first. So.
Oh, right.
Okay.
One of the factors I forgot about in a previous session, because whatever you gave us subclass abilities, I was kind of confused with that, so I accidentally used that in a previous session, so that's my bad. I apologize.
Gotcha. Okay, you're cool. All right, so from there we go to Tizao. So Tizao, you can see through here and you can cast some spells, but you don't know which ones will work. But you can see the priestesses actively doing it. They're releasing incantations, and you can see them affecting some of the soldiers on the battlefield. But you're not sure, how that really works.
May I make an Arcana check to see if I know a little more?
Yeah, that sounds great. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Nope.
You don't have You're completely unfamiliar with this type of magic. Maybe you've never, you might not have come across this artifact before, which is likely. It's pretty rare.
Sure. Or
maybe it's just a magic imbibe, but it seems like whatever they're doing is completely foreign to you. So
So yeah, not fucking with that. I don't want to accidentally hurl acid on the scrying orb and melt it. That seems like a bad idea. So you know what I'm gonna do? Fuck it, I'm bored, I'm curious. I'm gonna see if I can get deeper thoughts into the frog person, specifically how loyal they are to the matrons and such.
The frog person, you're trying to
I'm trying to read deeper
communicate with him
into.
in some way?
No, I'm trying to read deeper into his thoughts to see how loyal he is to the house.
Okay. Doesn't seem like he has any ties. This is just surface thoughts that you're getting.
I'm using the version that gets deeper thoughts, which does give them a save.
Oh, okay. What kind of save is that?
Intelligence.
What was it?
An intelligence.
Intelligence save? Okay.
I believe DC 13.
Okay, you failed that. So, so you're getting. What does it do exactly? It just reads deeper into their mind.
Yes. So, while wearing the helm, you can cast the detect thought spell from it. As long as you maintain concentration, you can use a bonus action to send a telepathic message. Yada yada. And while focusing on it with detect thoughts, I can use an action to cast suggestion on them, but I can only do that once per rest. As for the detect thought spell, you initially learn the surface. You may choose you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast the spell, and as an action on your turn until the spell ends. You can focus your mind on any one creature within 30 feet of you. You initially learn their surface thoughts automatically, what it's on its mind at the moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you are probing its mind, and unless you shift attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its action to make an intelligence check contested, and if they succeed, end the spell.
Okay. So, yeah, with that, you would get that they're, because you were probing for allegiances and things of that nature, you would get that it doesn't really feel like they have any allegiances to anybody here. And you can kind of get this, as you start to dig more, you start to get his active thoughts, and he's saying, I wish I would get the order already. I'm ready to be done with these people. He's kind of growling in his head in frustration a little bit.
And I'm going to respond and I'm going to now send a telepathic message saying, what order? This is telepathic and it can respond, but the matrons should not be able to hear it.
Right. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so he now knows that you did that, and you messaged him, and you said what order. So he snaps up and looks at you.
I'm going to sort of stealthily lift a finger, be quiet, making clear I'm not about to inform the matrons.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Not great at these.
Or deception, whichever one.
Well, persuasion's better, but fuck.
Oh boy.
Okay, so his eyes look like he's narrowing, and I'm gonna make some rolls real quick.
I am trying to relay that, I'm not about to rat him out, so he knows that much at least. Not sure how much it'll help, but he should know that much.
Okay, he puts his hands up like he's about to cast a Naruto thing with both the two fingers in the air, and then he breathes through it and throws his hands down in kind of a splash, and this black mist erupts from where his hands went, and it just keeps erupting in this font of smoke, and you hear in your head in a reply, "What do you mean? How are you able to read my thoughts?"
Well,
Oh no.
I assume the matrons are noticing at this point.
The Marthella is actively looking up what the heck, at the smoke that's rising up from behind the matron's chair.
And I'm going to tell them, I will take care of this. You focus on the battle. And I say that aloud, and in his head I say, look, how I'm reading your thoughts is irrelevant. I too have specific orders. I simply wish to know if we are actually in allegiance and simply have not been informed. You may have potentially jeopardized both of our orders. I wish to be stealthy. You do not need to see me as an enemy yet. I just wish to know if we may be working together.
Okay.
And this is telepathic, for the record.
Right. So we're going to pause it there. You'll have to.
Can I try another persuasion?
What is that?
Can I try another persuasion now that there's more detail?
You'll have to wait till your next turn to see his reply. See what he says to you.
No.
Because the thing is,
So after that, it is Veracna's turn.
I don't know whether he's with me or against me or not, and that is a variable I did not want to let stand.
So Veracna, the matron is beginning to get out her own crystal ball, and she's hurriedly unwrapping it from this kind of cloth, silken, in whatever sack thing that it was in, and she lays it out on a smooth pillow, and she says, Veracna, come here. It's about time you've learned of your future heritage. These are the house artifacts. Second boy brought these to me not long ago, and he did well to do so. She starts to begin to release some of the magic inside, and Veracna, you can now see out into the field a little bit, and she kind of puts in front of the house at first, like this.
Mm-hmm.
She puts it here, and then she starts to move it around. And then she spots them. They are attacking. They're on the side. And she begins to send out mental messages. The first one she sends out will be to Razaxo, and then her turn will go. Because she's sharing a turn with you, Veracna. She sends a message to Razaxo telling him that the troops are to his right, which I'm sure he already knows that through the hearings. The troops are out there, Razaxo. Do you see them? Before the rocks, on the right of the compound.
Am I able to respond?
Not yet. But yeah. And Veracna, you can do some stuff from here, but you're not sure. Again, you've never seen this kind of thing, but you can see that the matron, and you being your nature, actually, I would say that you can tell just from being connected to, well, you're connected to Foop right now, aren't you?
No, I'm connected to the matron and to Zoe.
Oh, you're connected to both of them at once?
Yup. Because I was connected to the Zoe, and the matron forced her way in, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And she ended the connection with Tizette when she did.
Okay.
She forced you to be connected to her. So, okay, yeah. So since you're connected to her, you can kind of tell that she's sending these messages. You're getting like radio feedback almost. Like you can't quite tell what she's saying altogether, but you can tell that she's sending messages, which means that she's sending magic through these. And if you want, you can give me an Arcana check to see if you can understand a little bit about that. You wouldn't really understand from you. Well, you might. Who knows? Yeah, just give me an Arcana check real quick to see if you can do anything. And then you didn't pronounce it. Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah, you can definitely feel like you can do something in here. Again, this is completely new to you, but you feel like the way that she's doing telepathic things, that telepathic magic is probably the safest. But then again, there might not be any limitations at all. You don't know. You don't know if there's any limitations at all. But you definitely feel like you can cast magic from the focal point of wherever she has this arcane eye of the battlefield.
Okay. I'm not going to yet.
So yeah, they're pretty far away from you. They're actually from the eye itself. They are 65 feet.
Yeah, that's out of my range anyway.
To the eye, yeah. Okay, so with that, that'll end Veracna's turn. We go to number 1, which is one at the bottom here. Okay, so he moves up, he makes it to the gate, and he's just going to start beating on it. Because he can't get past it, he doesn't see anybody else. So he's just going to start beating on this gate. And the AC for that is pretty daggone high. So let's see what happens, buddy.
Watch, he takes it down.
And he misses. He doesn't do jack to it. He's just like clinking against it. Nothing's happening. And okay, so from there it goes to Ladanya.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun,
I cannot
Ladanya.
believe that they got this far and the entirety of their plan was hit the gate with a stick.
Well, they have a great axe.
Awesome.
Still, it's effectively a stick against a gate that big.
Well, we shall taunt you a second time.
We are dealing with orcs.
Yeah.
But Danya, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So I'm assuming I hear the beating on the gates.
Yeah, you can hear it over there. Right here, in that direction right there.
Okay. I'd like to, like, am I, like, since I'm outside, I'm assuming I'm pressed up against the house.
Yeah, you're pretty much pressed up against the right
Okay.
there.
I'd like to creep forward and peek around the corner to try to get a better look. Use stealth.
Okay, give me a stealth roll before I move.
And remember, you roll with advantage because you're boots.
Oh, so I roll with advantage.
Yep.
So I got to click advantage. and
That's
then-
only
That's only if it
That's
applies to sound things, so if it's against being seen, it doesn't help.
right.
Oh. Never mind.
I mean, stealth, I don't want to be seen or heard.
Between my boots and my cloak, I've got advantage on both.
So, no advantage or advantage?
Wait.
I
why
don't
would she
think
have
so,
advantage?
because you're just peeking your head around.
Okay. I'm creeping forward and peeking my head around. So, no advantage. Hold on.
Vidania's pretty stealthy anyway.
Yeah, she is.
Oh no, we got this new, let's see how this works.
Yeah, she has a decent modifier for stealth. She's proficient in it.
Alright, ready? And I just click it.
Yeah, you just click on your stealth.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
What's cool is I can do his perception, like, just do a perception roll right there. Oh, maybe I can't. I guess I'd just do a wisdom roll. In that case, his passive perception's 10, so he can see you peeking your head out. Yeah. His passive perception's 10, so I'd say he can see. No, you just passed it. I would say you just passed it. So he couldn't see you. This guy right here, he couldn't see you. Just barely. He thinks he saw something, but he wasn't sure what it was. Huh? You stopped beating on the gate for a second to look over in that direction, but you dipped back in time.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna stay put until I know what to do. Try to formulate a plan. Try to watch and see what else is gonna happen.
Okay. So you just want to hold? Do you want to prepare anything?
Do I want to what?
Hold your action or
You
prepare
can
anything?
prepare attack.
How do you prepare an attack?
Just be like, I want to like stand at the ready in case someone comes running around that corner. Kind of like how the master was holding the spell, waiting for us to leave the globe of darkness.
Right. What you do is you prepare an action and you ready it for a trigger. Like say, if someone comes around this corner, I want to smack him in the head with this. You ready your action. What you actually do is you're basically you're setting your action as a reaction for the next turn. So you can use your action as a reaction when that trigger is activated.
Oh,
That's the actual rules of written way to explain it.
okay. Well, I guess I will take stance with my rapier and get ready to just.
I would say, Vidania, you would know that those gates are pretty sturdy. That the chances of a single orc getting through it is pretty low, and you know also that your troops out here have set up traps for these very instances because you were out here working out while they were setting them up.
Mm-hmm.
So you would probably be even safe enough. You would probably feel even safe enough to walk up to the gate and stick your tongue out at that orc because of how sturdy your gates are.
If it, I'll come out.
Okay.
And I'll
I'm not trying to coerce you into anything. I'm just saying, like, you would know that it's pretty safe.
About right here, and I'm a little annoyed that he's banging on the gate, and I'm like, "Will you stop?"
He looks up at you a little bit, but that's all you get. He's just staring you in the eyes with his soulless snarl.
So I'm gonna take. I'm gonna.
But he's still beating on the gate actively while he's looking at you.
I'm gonna stance with my take a stance with my rapier and look at him like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot who I was talking to, an orc. But okay, if you don't stop, you will regret it, and I will make sure of that." And then I'm just gonna shoot him the bird with my free hand.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right, so you're standing there staring at this orc through the gate. You can actually see two of your other little friends over here too. Two of your other servants out here that are standing right in front of you, and they kind of sharing your glance. Like, what is this orc doing? He's just beating on the gate with this great axe. Thinks he's chipping away at it. He's going to get through there one day, but he's not even doing anything. It's just not even sparks are coming off. All right, and that will bring it to orc number 2's turn. Just got this guy right here. He can go the same amount of distance. You see another orc come up from behind the first one. He's kind of staring. He doesn't get close enough to get to the gate, but he's kind of leaning over the shoulder a little bit. He's about 5 feet behind it, but he's leaning past to try to get a better view of the people beyond the gate. He's just, huh? And this one's got like a yellow tint to him. All right, and that's all he can do. So we'll go to the next one. The next orc, he is frightened, so he's going to run the opposite direction. And he gets about 10 feet before he runs into some of his companions. And he is so frightened that he is going to attack his companion.
What is he doing?
He's gonna attack his companions. He's so scared.
Nice.
And he hit. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, so Tizao, you can see from the orb that this one orc just comes running back past the rock that they went around before. Just comes running back, and it just brings its great axe down. Kind of a howl like that, and it smacks the other orc, and the other orc's completely stunned. It takes a cleave right into the shoulder. Ah! Why you do that?
You, matrons, are you prepared to control the battle? Because I'm currently busy with this, and I'm not going to focus on that too much at the moment, because I have this frog person to deal with. Should I have rolled that persuasion about my previous statement on him now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, for a second I was worried that would be in that one.
Wait, actually, that was that. We'll keep that persuasion because that passed it. But it's actually Rizarx's turn still, I think.
Yep.
Right, sorry.
But we'll keep that roll because that passed it.
No, that's fine. My turn's going to be wicked short anyway.
Okay.
I need the next 2 actions to change back.
Okay. Okay, so you shift back into your typical form, your normal Riz form.
Yep.
And that you could still have your movement, I believe. So you could still move if you wanted to.
Sticking right where I'm at, but like I said, it's going to take my next 2 turns to get back to where I was.
Oh, okay. So it'll take this one and the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll fast forward. Now it's Tizao. So you pass that roll, and you were trying to convince the frog guy, basically, that we're on the same team, guy.
Well, more accurately, I'm trying to say, look, I'm not about to blow your cover. You might have, so let's talk this shit out and figure out what's going on.
Real quick.
So,
Actually, I have a 2-part question.
yeah, go ahead.
One is, I said at the end of the last session that I was climbing up, if I could. If that's possible, am I able to see any more of the battlefield than I am right now, or? Like, I don't know if I could get a bird's eye view, more of a pan or anything. And number 2 is I'd like to have a weapon at the ready for a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. Chicanary kind of like snaps out pretty quick, and almost like it anticipated that you were reaching for it. So when your hand got about the angle to where you would be about to close around the hilt, it shot into your hand, fully summoning itself, and allowing you to extend the movement in kind of a fluid down to your side, almost like it springed out of the sheath itself and into your hand.
Nice. It doesn't give off any light, does it? Just to make sure.
No, it was actually completely black this time.
Oh, nice. Cool. Like I said, sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to double check on a few things and let you know I have my weapon ready.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is kind of like foreshadowing that this thing will unsheath itself for you, will spring into your hands in a way if you go to reach for it, and you can grab it. You can unsheath it as a bonus action.
Nice.
And sheath it as a bonus action.
Again,
okay. What was that?
Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, so yeah, back to Tizao.
Yeah, I'm basically saying, look, you're jumping the gun. I got some secret orders too. You're the one who might get the matron's suspicions. So just calm down and tell me what you're here for.
You can feel like a little bit of confusion because you're still like mentally connected, even though you couldn't see him. He's like, "Who do you work for? You work for the Filtheas?"
Which house is the Filtheas?
The 8th house.
And I'm going to respond, -5.
He seems like he's like searching his mind. And it's like it's going back, like he's trying to communicate with somebody else, but he's not getting any response. It's like, all right, look, I'm here on a hit.
And whenever I get the order, everybody I have a hit on dies. You want to survive? You stay where I tell you to, and my daggers won't come towards your head.
Oh, perfect. You see, it seems we have the same task. Don't worry, I'm actually a little more prepared. You see if you see the creatures on my shoulders, they have a very powerful paralytic poison. I know enough of your species to know it will be worthless on you, but don't worry. Between the mental battle and them, your targets will be defenseless. So just sit back, relax, and we'll be fine.
You can feel him kind of getting calmer as you're continuing to converse with him, and he comes out from behind the table when he says out loud, "That thing in the corner up there, that big spider, I don't like it. It gives me the wigs." He kind of shudders a little bit, and he moves over to your side and kind of claps you on the back a little bit with his hand, kind of reassuringly.
And I'm going to say aloud to the matrons, "Don't worry, it seems your servant was merely spooked by Dinmak. There will be no issues." Because I remember, and I'm going to sort of send a message to Dinmak, play along. Don't worry, soon you'll have plenty to eat.
Dinmak is kind of like scuttling, inverted, looking down at everybody, and it's just smiling, nodding slowly. "Oh yeah, I can't wait till this hits off. Yeah." That's what you hear inside your head.
I know at least one of the matrons was suspicious by the sudden smoke, so I'm trying to make them not look too closely at that.
Yeah, there's actually only one matron. It's Matron Dryly. The rest are priestesses. Yeah. Don't you thinking there's a bunch of matrons in there? There's only one.
I don't know why. Brain's bad. But yeah, the point is trying to make sure that everyone's calm until they're suddenly not.
Gotcha.
Until they're suddenly
So
not.
Marthello's looking around a little bit, but she kind of looks up at Dinmak and she's scrunching her face a little bit like, what is that thing doing? But she doesn't look overly concerned, and she just goes back to the orb. Themica has just like been sweating intensely the entire time, like pouring from her face, speaking incantations as fast as she can, and they're just like rolling out of her mouth. So much so that it's like you can tell because of your, I say, surface thoughts that your matron is somewhat impressed and intimidated by Themica's ability to just pop off these incantations. But from there, we'll move to Varachna. So Varachna, you're chilling here looking out the gate. You now have another orc that approached from behind the first one. And he's kind of looking over the shoulder. "Oh, what's going on over here?" As the other orc is beating on the gate.
Now, am I in control or is the matron?
For this, you can be in control because she's kind of surveying the battlefield. So I actually forgot that you would be over here. So she's going to move it.
I'll just let you move it.
It's going to move right about there, and she's basically moving towards where the orcs went, but seeing if there's any more coming around. So you might not be able to see them from here. But that's as far as she can get the orb on this turn.
What's this?
Okay, so you can still prepare a spell. Like, say, for instance, if something came around like this bend over here or something, you could prepare a spell that if it got in range, you could smack that baddie. If you wanted to.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
actually, hold on. How far am I from these orcs?
You are.
I moved it a square. Trying to get the arrow.
Okay, you are.
Damn.
A little over 40 feet. It's actually kind of askew, but it's about 40 feet from them. But you also there's also walls here that you can't pass through. Like, see how it's blocked off right here? There's a wall that is a siding line over here that you wouldn't have line of sight to them.
Do I have any movement left?
You as a character have plenty of movement. You can move 30 feet, but you'll be moving inside the compound.
Oh.
So you can start to come out here if you want and leave the
dip out on the matron.
And she's kind of
pissed.
She hasn't started praying yet either, so it hasn't gotten to the mental portion of the battle.
All right, I'm pass.
Well, nothing's really crazy is happening except for 2 orcs are at your door so far, which is obviously the oncoming of the battle. But the matron is just now starting to send out her messages. And, big surprise, and he actually puts a dent in that bad boy.
Oh.
But it's still a miss. It's just this one he hit it hard enough to where it actually like sent sparks for once. Now there was one spark that came off, and you could see his eyes kind of alight as that one spark came down and it trailed, and both of the orcs kind of watched it flicker down and ember out, and then that kind of gave him more spirits, and he picks up his app with the hearty look, like he's ready to go at it for a second time. But that's all he can do, so it'll be Vidania's turn. So Vidania, you are standing here. You're the one that's standing here at the gate. And, yeah, I had you mixed up with Arachna's token. Okay, so you're standing here looking out at everybody. These 2 orcs just chilling here, beating on the gate. And you saw them smack the gate, and this ember come flying out and go to the ground. And it was like it kind of had like this green hue to it, green-blue hue to it. But you could see, from your perspective, this huge chip in the great axe that the orc hasn't noticed apparently from where they hit the gate. But he's looking all smug now, like he took a big chunk out of the gate for some reason, even though all he did was make one little spark. But it's your turn. What would you like to do? These guys are still standing there. They haven't moved yet.
I'm just gonna kind of bust out laughing at him like, oh, you think you did something.
Okay, quick question. I can obviously hear that from where I'm at, right? Can someone
yeah.
tell me where that is?
Yeah, you can hear that.
I'm just saying, like, oh, okay, right there. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What'd you say again, Vidania? Sorry, I was moving.
Huh? Oh, all
She's
I've done so
mocking the
far
orc.
is just kind of laugh and mock the orc a little bit. And I'm just gonna straighten myself and shake my head and just wow, really? I can find better things to do with my time. And then I kind of want to put a little bit more space because I know there's more coming, or I'm assuming there's more coming.
Dang.
I'd like to put a little bit more space between us. And I can't back up into the house.
Hey, you probably should.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't. But I do want to... Oh, what am I going to do?
That is one dedicated orc.
Yeah.
Motivation.
I kind of wanted... What can I do? Can I go this?
You can only move so far.
Okay, I was right here, right?
Are you trying to go into the house?
That's as far as I... No.
Okay, because you can.
I kind of want... I just want to put a little distance between us and just stand ready for battle and have my rapier at my side ready to attack in case something actually is able to get through the gate.
Okay. Okay, so you're standing at the ready as these 2 goblins or 2 orcs are chilling out there. You can't see Razaxel. You can't see... Lena is over here with you, by the way. She is out here.
Lena's out here?
Yeah, she's this little...
Yeah, she's your backpack.
Yeah, she's this thing right here.
Okay.
She glows. So she is kind of like a beacon to everything else. She has this little dim light that comes from her when she gets scared.
Oh, no. Lena, I need you to stay hidden.
she's kind of just like shivering in your mind. What happened again?
What?
You can't make out. It all sounds incoherent a little bit.
Lena, you're gonna have to hide.
You might want to put her in your room.
They will attack you.
She runs over here and is by the gate now. Back to where she was.
What? She's where?
That's her hiding spot. Okay, so
I want to try to see where she went.
so now it is working from behind here. Okay, so ignore the first one. Or the second one. Well, we'll take the lower one. Actually, no, we'll take the higher one because that actually hits for once. So the first one actually freaking hits the gate. So the second one comes up and he does some damage to the gate. All right, awesome. That would have been a proper roll, anyways. It doesn't destroy the gate, but it definitely puts a dent in it. It puts a huge dent in the door. Well, it's slashing. It's slashing. No, it's kind of resistant to slashing. Unfortunately. But it still does a lot to it. As you can see bunches of sparks off. And the other orc that made the first spark looks over kind of longingly at the other orc that it was able to produce such vibrant green, beautiful sparks. And they both kind of watch them at their feet, kind of ember out. And they're stomping on them, giggling a little bit. It's bright. Oh, it's a little hot.
That would be the whole plan.
Okay.
At this point, I was not planning to betray my matron. I would be super annoyed right now. Can you imagine this being the level of evil plot your side can come up with?
Send 2 orcs.
Goes to the next orc. And this one is the one that was scared, I'm pretty sure. No, this is the one that was attacked by the one that was scared. He is not happy. So he is going to attack him back.
Uh-oh.
And it's a hit.
Ooh.
Dang.
Out.
Are you intending to roll each with the initiative?
Is that? Yeah, you can track and see which ones are in the next by scrolling over. But he would have hit for 25 if I'd take the right roll. But either way, he would have hit there because they don't have that high AC. So he hit for 7 plus 2 slashing. Okay, so he tries to make it past this guy, but this one gets an attack of opportunity past him. He's running by. This one guy gets an attack of opportunity against him, unfortunately, and it misses. It's about 5 more feet away. So one is running away. That one is mad. He's facing him. Okay, so from there, it is Rizaxo.
Okay, it's another skip round for me. It's my last one.
Yeah, so this is your last one to bring it down. And then next one you'll be able to do the normal ordeal. Tizal, and now it's back to you.
Right, so frog person's taken care of. I'm going to absentmindedly ask, so out of curiosity, which ones are your targets? Just to know if they completely overlap or if we have different ones. And with that said, I am also just going to say, so it's clear that one of the group is already struggling, and the other one is, and the matron, but like the mental battle doesn't seem to have begun fully, right?
Nope.
What is it?
The mental battle does not seem to have fully begun?
Yeah, it has all that's happening right now is like the beginning blessing incantations. The orcs kind of fumbled it by running up there as quick as they did without receiving all of their benefits. But you would know that Drow kind of expect this. So
yeah. All right.
It's part of the thing.
Cool.
Everything seems to be going as it usually does for the start of typical house raids.
Sure, just making sure. With that in mind, then, you know what I'm going to do? Oh wait, no, that has a range of touch, doesn't it? Oh well. You know what? Just to question, if I try and do a spell and it doesn't work, do I lose the spell slot?
If it fails, then yes. If like it fizzles out for some reason, then you would lose the spell slot. If it just doesn't cast for some reason, it just depends on the circumstance. Like
No, that's
if you're
true.
trying to cast it through like this and it doesn't work, the chances are it just denies your magic in a way.
Sure.
Sometimes it'll steal your spell slot, sometimes it won't. It's kind of a gamble to know what's going to happen.
Alright, in that case, what I'm going to try and do is, am I allowed to move the scrying orb around, or would that throw them off?
No, you can move the scry orb. Like you can move it around, and you represent like the movement of the scry orb for the turn. So you can move it like you normally. It has 30 feet. So you actually can control it because the matron isn't focusing on the movement of it. She's just kind of watching the back while throwing incantations. So she's not controlling the movement. So if you wanted to take that aspect, you totally could.
Cool. So just to check stuff out. Cool. And just to see what will happen, which one of these is Vedang? Who are these two figures?
What is it?
Who are these two figures?
Those look like
Slave.
two. Well, yeah, you would be able to see them from your thing. They are servants of House Illdorfain. They're two of the servants. And one of them looks like, from where you are, it looks like a deep gnome, and the other one looks like a dweeb, or maybe like a rock dwarf.
I see. In that case, after that, I'm just going to move the scrying orb back.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to move it back. It would just chill there. So it would.
Sure.
But unless they're looking for it, they don't actively see it. It's
who's
magical. That is the matron mother's scry orb.
Okay, cool. Like the enemy matron mother scry orb?
Yes, that's her. That's her eye, like her magical eye.
I can't actually see that.
You might be able to, if you do an Arcana check. You can feel the faint magic in the air in that direction.
Oh my god, that was
Ooh.
almost
That was so close to one.
Oh no, that one made me pucker.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, you could with that roll you can sense that there's another scry orb or another magical eye on the battlefield in that space right there.
I don't expect...
So you would know this, the matron wouldn't. So you have this information.
I don't expect this to work, but can I chuck a chill touch cantrip from our scry orb at their scry orb to see if it does anything?
Yeah, sure.
I don't expect this to work, but I'm gonna try.
Speaking of, something just entered my area of view. Was that the scry orb, or?
Yeah, do you want to roll an Arcana to see if...
Sure do.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
You don't sense anything in that direction. You thought you might have saw something. Oh dear, somebody chose black.
You rolled your rapier instead of Arcana.
My bad.
You know, the thing that you saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I attempt to hit the eye with a chill touch, which whiffs.
Should I change the color then, or?
Well, no, it's like I assume your rapier bonus is not the same as your Arcana bonus.
It's not.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
So you should probably roll your Arcana bonus.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. So,
the first one,
you don't sense anything, or you thought you could sense something in that direction, but maybe it was just something in the air. You're not entirely sure what it was, but you definitely couldn't hone in on it.
Also, question: did the chill touch cantrip go through and miss, or did it just not work?
Okay, so you cast a chill touch, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to.
Which, ironically, is neither cold damage nor a touch spell.
Did you roll it? Did you roll the chill touch?
Yes, that's what the spell attack roll. That was a total of 7 was.
That's what the 7 was?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I know it's not hitting anything. My question was just, does the spell go through at all?
Varachna and Razaxel. Vedang is maybe too far away. I don't know. Let me check her site real quick. Nope. Okay, so all three of you, give me a perception roll real quick.
Okay.
All three of who?
What's that?
Illdorfain.
Who exactly? Jordan,
15.
Tizo, and
You, Jordan, and Vidanya.
Yeah,
All three of
Vidanya,
you- all three of
Vidanya,
you not-
Varakna, and... Okay, so Vidanya, you don't notice anything from your position, but Varakna and Jordan, you guys see this kind of like frosty eye coming up right here,
You mean Frosty Hand?
and then it kind of dissipates, and it goes away.
I remind you, Chill Touch is neither cold nor a touch spell. What it actually does is shoot a skeletal hand that grasps something and does necrotic damage. So really what they see is a skeletal hand flying out of it and towards the other guy's orb.
Skyward.
So it actually is like a range spell?
It is a range necrotic
That's right, yeah,
hand
it is.
attack spell.
Okay,
Because
so
it's a chill
yeah.
touch like how undead. Yeah, it's the funniest naming shit ever, but it's.
Yeah, I remember this one, yeah. Okay, hold on, let me see if this... what's the range on Chill Touch?
120 feet.
You.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so...
It's fucking. Like I said, it is not at all what it says on the tin, and it is hilarious.
Yeah. So, yeah, that actually is able to go through, and I already did the roll to see who it would affect, ironically, and it would affect Varakna. It would be coming at the angle of her. So, go ahead and roll. What's the? Is it a spell save, or is it just it hits them?
It's a roll to hit. So should I roll that now? Because I rolled a 7. It's gonna miss. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think this will. Okay,
Yeah, we'll do that.
17.
Okay, so that comes through, and it's coming at you, Varakna. You see this kind of spell come through the orb, and I would say because of the way that it's traveling, that you would get a dex save. And if you fail the dex save, then you take it. If you don't fail the dex save, then you or if you fail the dex save, then you take full damage. If you don't fail the dex save, you take half.
The way around, I think.
Just because you would see it coming through the orb at you. Okay, so you'll take half damage. Nice. All right, so roll the... What's the damage on that? There we go. So you take 3 necrotic damage.
But it does have a nasty side effect.
Oh yeah, what's the nasty side effect?
Can't regain health until the start of their next turn, so people can't heal you. As basically a skeletal hand is kind of clinging to her shoulder right now.
That's nasty. Okay.
Ew.
Okay, so you took...
But why?
I wanted to see if it would work. I didn't expect it to.
Okay, so
Hold on, my roll 20 just shit.
it's all right. I got you edited in there.
I didn't... Quite frankly, I did not expect that to work.
Oof.
Science.
Question, have any of you watched The Big Bang Theory?
A little.
What is it?
Not really.
Because there was an episode where one of the characters goes back to class in a class taught by one of the other characters who spends the whole time belittling him, so he says, fine, if you're going to be a bad teacher, I'll be a bad student. And at one point he goes to shoot a spitball, which lands directly in the teacher's mouth, and he's like, you did that! And he's like, is that going to be on the test? Because I don't think I can do that again. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Okay, so this orc moves up here, and...
You son of a bitch.
I don't know who's on the other side of that!
he sees something up here.
Yeah, can I tell what that is?
And he throws his javelin at it. And it hits. Whatever it was up there, it hits. People over at House Illdorfain, you would know that that's one of your prisoners.
No!
Bobby!
They just take a... You could see this kind of javelin disappear off in the distance. You hear... Ah!
Not Bobby!
And that will be it for that one's turn, and it goes back to Varakna. So Varakna, you're piloting the magic orb over here, and you just got a chill touch that came through it from this direction over here. And you
Yeah.
can probably guess that
Yeah, I
the
do.
other house, the matron says, "Damn, they have a scry orb too! Destroy it, Barakna! Destroy it! Get us
Okay.
closer!" She tells you to kind of navigate the orb closer as she's preparing an incantation. Okay, so you get it there. You can only go 30 feet.
It was like... I don't know how to do the little arrow, but we were like right here.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, so
It's really good.
okay.
So meanwhile,
where
over
is
top
her
of this
shit?
battlefield is just fucking
Um,
a dogfight between the scrying orbs.
I want to use my meta magic to subtly try to hit the scry orb with a mind spike.
Okay. Okay, and she's also casting something at the same time, so let me get that real quick so I can pull it
Do
up.
you need the mind spike spell? I'll put it in chat.
Yeah, go ahead. And
And since I used meta magic, it procs my Far Realm Shard.
yes, it sure does.
So the Far Realm Shard, you don't have to roll to hit it. But
It's a charisma save, I think.
yeah,
But-
it's a charisma save.
Yes,
Or
but
they
that will
take
come-
3d6 damage and become frightened until the start of your next turn.
Yes, but that will come after the mind spike to see if it works.
No, it hits at the same time, because as soon as I activate meta magic,
Well, no, but I mean
hits.
after. Oh, in that case, the mind spike effect to make my save work wouldn't affect it, right?
What is it?
I'm not aiming at you, I'm aiming at the...
Yes, but I want one of
is
the
the
people on the
matron
other.
connected, or
Yeah, you
Well,
can't actually
that's like
see.
on both-
For Mind Spike, you have to be able to see the
target?
target. So see how it says you can reach into the mind of one creature you can see within range? So you wouldn't be
crap.
able to cast that into the orb because you can't see any creature. You're basically sending your spells through there. That's why the chill touch works, because it just goes in that direction. And then it just
Alright,
continue
then,
through the orb into you guys. But you could still target, say, this guy.
Alright,
That.
instead, can I, instead of subtle, can I do... Hold on.
Oh, you want to do burning?
Can I
against it?
do... Yeah, I want to, use extend instead of subtle. So it still procs my meta magic.
Okay. You wouldn't have found a valid target with the other one. So you're just throwing a burning hands in the direction, which is a 15-foot cone.
Well, but they're extending it, so it becomes a 30-foot cone.
Yeah.
Get it.
Okay. So that just the very, very edge of it is able to make it there. Yeah, the very edge of it is able to make it into there. So go ahead and spell save DC. Okay, so I'm going to roll to see. There's 4 people sitting around the orb. Roll the D4.
Yep.
And it's the matron Drylayer. Go figure. So that's who it's coming at. Roll for. No, I have to roll for to see if she's going to take this hit, which she probably will. Dexterity save?
Yeah, dexterity.
Oh, shit. It's everybody. Okay, so this comes out like a poof. It comes out like a poof. So everybody in front of the orb is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Okay, there's one from you. There's one from you.
And since I can't actively see them...
And then one from you. So
Okay.
it's a 14. So Matron Dryliar takes a freaking hit, but the other 2 are able to dip out of the way. So
Well, except it's saber half damage, so...
oh, okay. So roll a d6 for me for the damage that they take. So everybody kind of gets hit with this, but Matron Dryliar is just standing there as like it comes out. Her face is blackened. She's just
So
like blinking a few times.
So do I roll?
A d6.
3.
Or yeah, 1d6 for
3D.
each level that you cast it at.
6.
Are you sure? I thought Burning Hands was 3d6 at level 1.
Yeah, it says in the description 3d6.
Yeah.
Is it 3d6?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3d6 and then 1d6 for each level up beyond hers.
Yep. So it'll be 3d6 halved.
Yes. So just roll 3d6 and then we'll round it down.
I sent it.
What is it?
11.
11. Okay, so
I rolled it in chat.
So 11 to the matron and 5 to everyone else.
Yeah, so yeah, she's looking pretty rough. Okay. Ah, there it is. Nice. Okay, so 11 to the matron and then 5 to everyone else.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so as you cast that through, it kind of throws this fireball. Everyone else on the battlefield sees this font of flame come from right here. Is it going to do it?
I do believe
right
I have made a tactical error.
See this font of flame come through, and it kind of poofs through the bottom of the orb. And everybody kind of just is thrown back for a second. The matron's just standing there blinking. Her face is all blackened with soot.
Now, does this guy take any damage? Since it's a
No.
cone, or no?
No, because it all kind of went into. It was like there was an invisible portal there, and it all just got sucked into that little hole. Everybody on the ground is just looking up over here.
This guy's like,
Well, this guy doesn't see it, but this guy right here. Why is it doing it? Oh, because I don't have select on. That's why. Okay, this guy right here. He's like, "What the heck? Like, this is crazy, yo."
And
This has given me an idea.
Good. Okay. So
And
Arachna at the same time.
prop my meta magic to use
Yes.
my Far Realm Shard to hit this guy.
Yeah, he's close enough. Is that a save or
Charisma save against your spell's DC, or take 3d6 psychic damage and become frightened of you until the next turn.
Okay. What's your
I
spell
just
start
DC
of
again?
my next turn.
Flying orb dogfight.
What's your spell DC again, babe? 14. Okay, so
yeah.
14, and then wisdom save, right?
Charisma.
Charisma save. Oh, his charisma shit too. Okay, so he rolls a 16. He beat it. So he takes half. So he takes 5 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Even 5 damage is still to him then.
Wait, hold on, let me make sure. No, he doesn't take damage.
Yeah, save or suck.
Oh, he avoids it entirely?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So he doesn't get hit with that. Your tentacles come out. You see them come through the thing, but for some reason, like, maybe they're just, like, ethereal. They're
They're
like
just not fully
intangible.
developed.
Yeah, they just seem like
And the
intangible.
matron
You
can
can
see them now, too.
Yeah, actually, the matron
can
can
the
see them. She's
matron.
like, what on earth is that? She can see that these invisible tendrils are coming up from the ground to attack this orc, but they're not doing anything. She dismisses it. No matter. And then right as you finish that, she finishes her incantation, right? And she casts Dispel Magic at level 6.
Oh.
Here,
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
causing the orb to disappear for a moment.
Bam!
I'm going to pretend that wasn't my fault.
Good going to Zach.
That'll end your turn. And then the matron's on the other side. Damn, they found it! Blast, cast it again! Cast it again! You hear Mothella screaming. And she's still dusting her robes down. And Matron Drylar is just standing there dumbfounded with the orb still in her lap. She's like, I can't believe they cast burning hands through the orb! She's getting infuriated and starting to glow red hot.
I'm just not going to say shit and hope they don't realize it was my fault.
With your sensing thoughts, Tizao, you can see that you can sense that the frog guy is thoroughly enjoying this. He's like kind of giggling in his head.
I'll be honest. I am able to enjoy this much more knowing it has no bearing on my actual success. If I was like I said, if I was on this side, I'd be feeling like shit for fucking that up.
Okay, so from there,
For the record, it's a good thing she did that, because want to know what I would have done on my next turn? Seeing that AoE gets sucked into it and deposits on the other side, I would have cast Tasha's Caustic Brew at 2nd level at you guys.
Ah!
Yeah, just spray you all with acid.
Yeah, but our matron got it on lockdown.
She did, because
Yeah,
she was
Matron's kind of a badass.
so much more competent than mine.
Matron's
okay, so this orc, the first one, heard that screech from up here, and he ran up to see what it was, and he sees the elven scout up here, elven scout woman with a javelin in her shoulder. Yes, thank you.
Shit.
Okay, right over here, and he's going to swing at her. And rolls with his great axe. It comes down, and it's a hit. He smacks her hard.
Shit.
All right, she might be going down, and she's down. She's down on the ground, and he's laughing. He slashes down, and it cleaves her across the chest. You hear this kind of screech, and she is dying. She didn't even get to go, man. Her next turn is the next. All right, so that ends his turn. Go to the scout, who is now making death saves. There's not actually a death save here attached to the character sheet, so I think I just roll d20.
Yeah, there is. It's to the right of your hit die.
No, not NPCs. Character sheets are different. They don't actually have death saves.
I don't know if NPCs get death saves.
They don't. That's why. But I kind of am doing it to a degree, I guess.
I mean, that's fair.
Just to see if they stabilize, because it makes sense. Like when you guys were fighting Earfoe, I thought of that.
Mm.
And you guys are like, doesn't he get death saves? And I'm like,
Well,
not really. Why would he get death saves? But
well, I think
it
that
makes
it's also
sense.
probably different for named characters than random mooks.
Yeah. I'm not really worried about her, but we're going to give her a death save just for the fun.
I need to take
She succeeds. So she got one.
She survived?
No, she has to roll each turn to be at one
Oh.
hit point to stabilize. She's actively dying right now. If she gets hit again, she's dead.
Oh boy.
It makes sense to do it like that, though. Weird. Okay, so from there, the scout, it goes to Vidania. So Vidania, you saw that one orc that was chipping at the fence, the first one to arrive, move off into the distance, and you heard this female scream just a moment ago. And you can see that one orc that was behind the one with the last turn moved up to the fence and is actually actively putting dents in the fence, staring at you all the while. King, king.
Do you need an inhaler? Like, do you need help breathing?
I don't think there's asthma in D&D.
There could be. Do that. I was right here. Okay. I want to look around. Do I know where? Okay, she's right there.
I'm still in the complex too.
How do I do
This is the
arrow?
scry orb.
How do I do the arrow to determine my distance?
That's one of the little things on the drop down, like with the brush and the pointer and stuff. It's the one circle with the line and breaking it.
I want to see how much distance there is between me and Lena.
I can't see
How do I do
Lena.
that? 35, and I don't get that much distance.
You're a monk. You move at 40.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, remember monks
Yeah,
get
you
plus
can
10
get to
speed
Lena.
and then-
You can get to Lena from there.
Remember, you're a monk. You're speedy.
Is there a way that I can, like, run and would that be out of the orc's visage?
Vision, you mean?
You can go there and see.
Visage, yeah.
It looks like it would be. You could probably assume
Okay.
that you might be out of sight from there, at least from the orcs that are oncoming. The one that's already at the gate might be able to see you.
Yeah.
But I need to start rolling for these guys too. But
I kind of want to run and like tumble toward Lena and try to dip behind something. Is it like dark over there? Like, how do I do that?
Okay, so you want to run towards her and do what?
I wanted to like, like do a tumble roll towards her and kind of like dip into the shadows out of, people's visage, out of their vision, whatever.
Let me ask, can you use dash anytime? Because I'm pretty sure you can, right?
You can use the dash action anytime. Rogues can do it as a bonus action, as a cunning action. Monks can too, but they need to spend a key point for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So then if that's the case, if you use your action as a dash, I would say that you could get to her pretty quickly, right? And you could grab her, and because right now that would use all of your movement. But if you got to
you would move all but 5 of it, but yes.
Yeah. So if you were to use your dash as you grabbed Lena, right? I would ask for like an athletics roll to see how graceful you are. But then you could get the rest of the way up here to maybe switch the tool. You could get maybe up to here to where you could hide behind one of these things, or even over here because you've got another 30 feet of movement. You could use your dash once you grab Lena. And then we could do like an athletics roll for the grace, the fluidity, I guess. And then you could grab her. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you grab Lena, and then give me an athletics roll real quick. You got her in your arms. You kind of jump up. You grab her in one spin. She kind of turns around and kind of squeaks as you grab her. And you land in a bit of a tumble.
Athletics sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, you land in a bit of a tumble.
I do. I'm proficient in acrobatics and performance.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Acrobatics. I'm sorry. That's what I meant, not athletics.
Oh, so do it differently? Roll again?
Yeah,
or
roll the acrobatics, not athletics. I'm sorry. That was on me. Yeah, acrobatics.
Dang.
There we go. So yeah, you're able to grab her, and it's a smooth roll. Like you kind of do this like little barrel spin where you grab her, and then you shift the bottom half of your weight to where you land facing the opposite direction. So like you were coming from down here, right? You're coming from down here. Well, when you came down here, you grabbed her, did a little barrel spin, and when you landed, it based you in this direction, and you were able to land there in one fluid movement like that.
Oh, wow.
You grabbed her in the air, flipped, and got over here, and now you're stealthily hidden in that little corner right at the front gate, right here. So you're out of sight. Yeah, and they can't see you. So that'll do it for Dania's turn. We go back to Orc at the gate over here, who is chipping away at the. But actually, he heard that scream too, so he is going to investigate. And he sees her laying on the ground, and he's going to attack her. Because that's what orcs do. And it doesn't really need to do anything if you attack them at all. It's anything above. They have, like, I'm pretty sure disadvantage, or attack rolls have advantage when they're prone, and she is, so that hits. And she is obliterated. I'm not going to roll damage because she's dead. So the scout over here, you can hear her kind of as the blood is gurgling in her throat or whatever. And she is done ski. These two orcs look quite pleased with themselves. So the next orc, which is one of the ones up here, yeah. Where's the fleeing orc? That's him. Okay. So this one is the one that was pretty pissed off. He's going to turn around. Yeah, he would turn around. So I haven't let Dimac or any of them do anything yet because they haven't gotten orders.
They haven't also gotten orders because their first orders were to strike when the gate is open.
Yeah.
Well, out of game, can I tell you what I was going to do before the orb got dispersed?
Yeah, they'll recast it in a moment when they come back.
You want to know what my plan was?
And you'll be able to do that again. This was like a common
Well,
theme.
See, the thing is, now that I know they can cast Dispel Magic, I can't do my plan.
Oh well,
See,
she doesn't have that many dispels.
Well, no,
And
the plan was to basically hit them again, pull them towards my forces, lure them over there, and then tell a Psytap to reach through the orb and grab someone on the other side and pull them out.
oh, you could try it. I don't know if that'll work.
Shot.
You could try.
I mean, I saw spells go through, so why not?
Yeah, this is more of like a. Yeah, you could try it. You could try it. Who knows?
I doubt
Maybe
it'll work, but it would be hilarious to just yoink the matron
just
onto the
yank somebody
battlefield.
out through an extraplanar portal.
It would be hilarious. I don't think it'll work, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I didn't expect
Hey,
Children to work.
whose side are you on?
Look, let me be quite.
All right, he can
here's
only
the thing.
get there.
I am still intending to betray my matron. However,
He's on
until
Tizo's
that-
side.
Exactly. Until I have a good opportunity to do so, i.e. her being distracted with the mental battle, I gain nothing. Like, I will not have a good chance to kill her, so I'm waiting for that time to occur first. And to do that well, I need to make very clear that I am actually attempting to make the battlefield work.
Just rearranging some stuff here, doing their turns.
So no one's recast the sphere, huh?
There we go.
Oh well, I'm up here talking to myself. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we
where's
wondered
Axel?
why-
I was literally narrating without pressing a button again.
Well,
With Axel, you were actually able to see the entire thing of the orcs attacking that scout. So the first time you saw this orc right here, this guy, you saw him toss the javelin up here, and it pegged her and hit her in the shoulder, and she kind of spun to the ground. And as she's getting up, this orc right here comes around the bend with gleeful joy as he sees her wounded and cleaves her down with his axe. And as she's down on the ground bleeding out, this last orc comes up to the hill and just finishes her off. And they're both just kind of laughing at each other as they're turning around to make their way back down the hill.
Okay.
You can see this orc approaching from the upper area, and it looks like the orc that you frightened off is completely gone. Like I think they've officially left your line of sight now. They're more than 120 feet away now.
Right. All right.
They got attacked by like everybody too on their way away.
Right.
They survived.
Hey,
damn, sturdy orc.
that's one less we got to deal with. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Let's see. And they more than likely are not coming back. So, let me see. Hold on that. Drag. That's how I do that.
Yeah, you can hit Q if you have the quick bar thing. You can hit Q to bring up the measurement tool, and then S to bring up the select tool. That's the quick way to do it.
I able to go? Is there a way to go up and over the fence, or?
The fence.
Yeah, the gates.
Yeah, you can kind of take it like right here. There's a little platform that you can hop down on, and then you can just hop down entirely. But you would know that right here and right here are spike traps. So you would want to come down right where your arrow is.
Okay.
Because you saw them putting down the pitfall.
Right.
The gate. Yeah. But yeah, you can you can come down right here too. Completely. Should be able to. I can't remember where here, let me look at that. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah, you have to go down through that way. That'd be the only valid path.
Okay.
Will it let you go down through there, or do I have to move you?
Not sure if I want to do that yet, so.
Okay, that's fine. And after your turn, the orc will go, and then the orb will come back. I'll do the little thing, and then we'll take a break after that at 10.
See if I'm able to do this.
Okay.
Okay, no, I'm not able to go on an area that's black, apparently.
Okay, so where do you want to move, so I can drop you down there? Is that where you wanted to go? Right
I
here?
was thinking about going, basically being on top of the gate.
Oh, like on the gate?
Yeah, so I can see both sides.
Yeah, right about there. I think you should be able. Does that block you out right there?
Let me see if I spin around.
Yeah,
Oh.
that looks pretty. So you're standing on the basically the pillar right behind a stalactite, and you can actually like kind of slip behind right here, and you're pretty out in the open where you are, but you could again slip back here behind that one stalactite and take the passageway up here that you did before, and I'll actually open that up in the future because it's supposed to be a quick walkthrough, like. You come up here, then here, then here, then you're up there. But I must have did it differently than I thought. So from here, you can see everything, but they can also see you from there.
Still not letting me.
But you're raised up about 10 feet off of the ground, so you're on top of like the gate. So they wouldn't be able to attack you from ground level from there at melee range.
Nice. Okay, now I can see things a little better. Great. Okay. In that case, I will ready an action.
Okay.
If anything comes up, I'm gonna attack.
Awesome. Okay. So from there, we go to this last orcs down here, and then we'll go back to the scene of Tizao in the matron other room. Okay. So this orc, it's this guy right here, the one that threw the javelin. So he's gonna go his way up here, and he's going to inspect the body and get his javelin back. And then we find ourselves back in the matron chamber, and they're all scurrying back to sit around the orb, and they begin to mind. And matron Dryly, or mind meld, and matron Dryly is kind of like a little shocked still, and Montella kind of grabs her by the shoulder and she says, "Get yourself together!" And she begins to enchant a guidance spell on her. If you can tell, part of the mental battle is these scry orbs.
Good to know.
So you're physically taking the battle without physically taking the battle.
Well, that is, yeah. I'm not going to risk that again because I need them in the mental battle in order to get them vulnerable. So I'm not going to be screwing with that again. Because if I do, I make things harder for myself later.
She tuned into a different one of her priestesses or one of their people on the field. Okay, so as that thing's summoned, some of you guys might have seen these creatures just scurrying across, probably, I don't know, let's see, about 40, 45 feet off in the distance in front of the gate. There's these things that kind of ran by real quick, but then they disappeared. But you can kind of see Tizao when you come back in here. You'll be able to see some of the stuff that's going on from where you're now been set. Spin your character. So Tizao, the orb is back in.
Awesome. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move it closer to the battlefield a bit.
Ignore that initiative roll. It's just to put you back in the pool. You'll be in the same spot that you were before.
Just moving closer to what's going on.
All right. So from there, you can see, everything from that direction.
Right.
So Vidania, I need you to make a perception roll.
And could I do a quick? Could I do a roll to see where I am on the battlefield in comparison to where I was earlier?
Yes. Let's do an insight.
Okay. Could it be perception?
Sure can. Very nice. Okay.
Dang.
So you know that you're here now. You were over here, and then you started there, and you moved down here. So you went from there to here.
Good to know. And let's see.
I didn't want to give actual directions.
That's fair. And with that in mind, I'm not going to be putting the orb at risk any further now that I know that it's a key part to my plan.
Right, but your priestesses can also dispel, and you have more priestesses that can do it.
This is true. Well, with that in mind, I am going to. I would like to see if I can put my senses partially, like do the spell to put half my sight through one of my creatures, specifically sight.
Very nice. So you use Eyes of Mine. Okay, so on side tap. Let me zoom in. Sorry, I'm making it to where you can see what side tap sees.
Sure thing. It has not gone through for the record.
I like how the orcs are just like little South Park orcs.
That perception roll was not very good.
I'm going to instruct them to get a little bit closer to the gate and get ready to pull someone in. Like around here. And I think that's my turn. Just setting my initiative back where it was.
Okay, awesome. So with that, it'll be Varachna's turn, and we're going to take a short 10, 15-minute break.
Yeah, if you could make
come back at 10, 15. 15-minute break. We'll be back, and we'll start from Varachna's turn down the book.
Yee! Yeah, she is not happy about being attacked through the orb.
Yeah, I bet.
She's pretty fucking angry.
Alright, I'm gonna come get some smooches.
Yes!
Hey, I did not know you were on the other side, and I don't think you know I'm on the other side.
I didn't care.
Whoever I know what's going on.
Whoever threw that paper, your mom is a hoe.
Not you, it's an old joke.
Killed her.
They did.
She's dead.
It's starting off pretty slow.
It seems like it.
Really wish I had my cloak!
Why don't you?
Because Umble has it. I can't even send Foop because Foop can't talk. I'm just gonna have to make without it.
Yeah. I know that went very, very south very quickly.
You know, they're doing pretty good so far. I wasn't expecting you guys to figure out the orb shit so fast.
Well, we didn't really. We just tried something and it worked.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's
Aaron
why
can't hear you.
Yeah, for the record, that's why I used a cantrip, so I wouldn't waste a spell slot if it didn't work.
I didn't.
Well, that's because you saw me do it, so you had a pretty decent idea that it would do something.
Well, I tried the cantrip and it didn't work, so...
Yes, but it didn't work for an entirely different reason.
Yeah.
It didn't
She
work
doesn't know
because in
that.
that context the spell wouldn't have worked. You okay there?
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't know that.
But yeah, no, because like I just did a cantrip to see if it would work. It worked. I didn't expect it to, and then suddenly fire. Hey. So yeah,
Oh,
accidentally screwed over the matron's plans by frickin' getting our thing dispelled. Apparently, what I should have done is informed them of the fact that this was coming, that the thing was there, so that they could dispel it. But I did not realize this.
Well, this is annoying.
Also, your matron is apparently fucking level 30, level 11, so at minimum.
She's a badass.
Indeed. Yeah, apparently, yeah, I know I'm underqualified for my job because my job is usually occupied by level 12s. I don't know if the same applies to your house mage, so very concerned.
Well, right now I'm acting as a reverend daughter, and I fucking know I'm not applying. I don't have the resume for
Well,
this.
yes, but that's because the alternative for you died. You weren't offered the position normally.
No, it's because you guys have Zavala.
This is true. The point is, like, you are given that position as a matter of necessity. Apparently, I'm the best the 20th house can do.
That should tell
But
you
don't get me
something.
wrong. Yeah, no, why do you think I'm intending to stab her in the back and nope the fuck out?
Is the break over yet?
Not till 10:15. We got another 10 minutes.
No! I'm ready. I was born ready.
I'm ready.
Whoop. Oh no.
What?
The letter's about to pay!
What? What has you freaking out?
Nothing.
Clearly something.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you?
Excuse me. And a hush fills the room.
Yeah, we're just waiting for everything to be in order. What? What's
Nothing.
got you cackling so easily?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my mom, okay?
Hello, I'm talking to my mom.
Let me live in this immersion for a moment.
Oh, joy.
That was an orphan joke.
She knows!
Knows what?
The heck?
She has been shown her capability to read minds.
But I'm not thinking about anything!
But you were at one point.
She's scary.
Of course she is. She's a matron.
Lily's got it right when she says she's scary. Oh my goodness.
She's a matron.
Yeah.
She didn't get that way being a nice woman.
No. How do you do the whispers?
/W, then space, then the name of the individual, or the GM. If you start typing in their name, it'll autocomplete.
Oh.